Hi, my name is Leonard Munson, and welcome back to the monthly astrological overview for the sign of Gemini. My great Geminis, I love you, the positive ones. Okay, you can reach me at my website, which is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net, or my email address, mercury524@msn.com, or my Facebook page, Readings by Leonard T. Munson. If you would like to have a private reading, you can go to my website. Again, I will repeat it, readingsbyleonardtmunson.net, or my email address, mercury524@msn.com, or my Facebook page, Readings by Leonard T. Munson. You can also follow me on Twitter and LinkedIn. Okay? Now, if any of you would like to give a donation, that's more willing, I will like it and I would appreciate it. And if you like my video, I would like you to hit like and subscribe to my channel. And for the course watchers are people who visit other people's channels. Thank you for your support. And if you like my video, subscribe to my channel and give me a like. Thumbs up. Now, some of you, this will resonate with some, and some of you, it won't. But there's something in this video for you, Jimmy, my great Geminis, are for you. So take what you need, because you have the rest. So continue to paint that canvas and complete it. Now, this is the overall view for the sign of Gemini. Gemini moon, sun, rising, or Venus. This is not an individual reading. Okay, Gemini, your solar sun is in your 7th house, which is the sign of Sagittarius, which is your opposite sign. It's in the sign of relationships, partnerships, balancing them out. So I see some Gemini, because I'm a Gemini too. I'm a May Gemini on May the 24th. I'm born on the cusp, which is Taurus. The cusp indicates that if you're born in the last 3 days of outgoing sign and the first 3 days of the incoming sign, you are born on the cusp. It doesn't mean that you're not a Gemini, but you have influence of that Taurus. So I know sometimes I can be stubborn. So that means some Geminis can be stubborn, that fits on something, and hard-headed at times too. Okay, so the sign of the sun has just moved into the sign of Libra today at 2:12 p.m. And this is the beginning. This is the sign of the fall equinox, where the light and darkness and night will be balancing out. Okay, as each day you move into the fall, there'll be less light and more dark. Okay, so it will be equal weight. But the time is the sun goes into Capricorn, it will be winter. And that was the beginning of the next equinox. So the 7th house is a fellow sign of yours. It's an air sign. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini are all air signs. So they think intellectually, then they speak, they write, they research, they're great in communication. They communicate with their face, their hands, and their body, okay? And with their voice. So balancing everything out here. Now it's in the 7th house is in your solar sign of Sagittarius, what is the opposite of you. Okay, that's on the other side of the wheel. This is the 7th house of relationships, adventures, striking out, finding new ways of doing things, getting rid of that old routine that doesn't work anymore for you. Okay, the 7th house also represents open enemies. So it represents creativity. So your creativity is going to be up greatly here, Geminis. It's a house of open enemies. You're going to know your enemies. And these relationships and partnerships, bloom, you're getting rid of them. You have outgrew them. They no longer serve you well. And some of them have been toxic and have not been for real. Okay? Now, Sagittarius is a mutable sign, just like Gemini was a mutable air sign. And Virgo is a mutable earth sign. And Pisces is a mutable water sign. So, universal truth. So, you're finding the truth that you need from the universe in the areas of dreams, mysticism, higher learning. So, I see some of you are going back to school, going back to take some kind of additional learning, accreditation, some kind of new training that's going to bring you up in a higher level of education. A lot of you will be doing foreign travel during this area, or reading up on foreign cultures that you would like to visit sometime at the beginning, the rest of this year or next year. A lot of you will be dealing with foreign people more, learning a foreign language, where you're going to go, or you're attracted to foreign people. Some of you will be in a relationship. If some of you are not in a relationship with a foreigner, that's going to be balancing it out. And if some of you are in a relationship with a foreigner, it's going to be balancing it out, okay? And some of you will meet someone that is a foreign culture. Also represents religion. Religion is no more, as I feel, nothing but a status quo to control people. Religion is a man-made thing. I deal with spirituality. So let's go. There's some of you are more concerned about spirituality and not with religion. So you're seeing the flaws and the hypocrisy and the religious establishment, and you're getting away from it, some of you, and getting more in tune with the spirituality. Okay? Some of you are going to be involved in gambling, taking chances, not with just the dice and the cards and slot machines, but going out and taking a chance with your dreams. Something's going to push you to go forward. And that is the universe, the divine source of the universe, bringing it into you. You have already went inside and examined, and now you project this stuff through visualization, through meditation, and through affirmation, through the word, and you're going out. You feel that it's time for you to strike out and do what you need to do to bring yourself and your dreams into the balance that you need to be. Libra also represents the house of spiritual blessings. So blessings that's coming to you. These blessings are because of the good karma that you put out. Because it's in the 7th house. Your soul is 7th house in Sagittarius. So those who put blessings out, good, the rewards of that karma is coming in. Those who you did was negative and put a negative karma is coming back in circumstances. Okay? Those who didn't listen to change and move on, now the universe is going to bring a situation that you don't like, but you will change and move on after this is done. Knocking the head, okay? I'm not going to tell you no more because you don't want to listen. Okay, I'm bringing it to you. So this is going to bring changes in your life. Okay? And also going to do with competitiveness. You're going to be competitive now. You got the upper hand. You're going to wipe the competition out. Don't do what they do. Do what makes you an individual. Okay? Do what that serves you, that uplifts you and make you grow and shine. Because what's good for them is not good for you. Okay? Some of you might be doing some kind of exercising and stuff like that. So I see you getting back, taking care of your body. You know, if you're overweight, I see some of you losing weight. And we're not making fun of you because you are heavy. We're concerned about your health. So I see a lot of you concerned about your health, and you're taking the necessary things to get that correct. Okay. Now we're going to go where the planets are at that's going to enhance your situation. Now we have the planet Jupiter, which is the ruling planet of Sagittarius, and it's in its home base. It's a planet of new opportunities, expansion, wealth, truth, and karma. Again, is this karma? Karma is not something that is going to be a rug is going to be pulled out from under your feet. It's a cause and effect. As you reap what you sow. So if you sow good seeds, the harvest is going to bring you abundance. If you sow bad seed, the harvest is going to be not too good. Okay, now your 7th soul house is in Sagittarius. So those relationships that needs to be enhanced and balanced, you're going to balance them. Those other relationships, they're gone. Let go of them. They wasn't working. They wasn't. You were giving more and receiving less. So I see a lot of relationships being breaking up. Okay, whether it's a love relationship or a partner relationship, you're looking at it in a different way. You're not spending that time there. You have outgrown them. If there was any karmatic debt that you had to pay to these people, places, or things, you have paid them, and it's time to move on. When I'm talking about karmatic debt, you may know these people in a past life, and there were some issues there that you need to correct, and you have corrected them. Okay? So Jupiter is also the planet of new opportunities. So you're dealing with opportunities that are going to have longevities. So those opportunities that you kept on pouncing at, they're beginning to open up for you. And they're going to grow and expand. So you took the right opportunities that had the longevity. Some of you took the wrong opportunities, and they're sizzling out. Okay? Then we have Pluto retrograding in Capricorn. So retrograding represents when that planet was direct, you're going back and recorrecting any mistakes, revisit, reschedule, redo over, recorrect. Okay? The 2 letters in retrograde is R-E. Review, recheck, review, anything like that. Okay? And then you're looking at where the mistakes was. And now those planets, like Jupiter, went direct. So now you can expand on it more. So Pluto is the ruling planet of Aries and Scorpio. So these are issues that was hidden, that you've been suppressing, that needs to be addressed. And these issues will be addressed when Pluto goes direct on October the 3rd. Now, when a planet goes direct, and this is a distant planet, Pluto, it's slow moving. So when a planet goes direct, that means it's stationed to go direct. It takes 2 weeks for it to build up speed. But each day, things are going to get better for you. You're going to address these issues, and that heaviness, it's going to be lifted off your shoulder. Okay, Pluto, since it's the ruling planet of Scorpio, and Scorpio is a water sign, so it deals with some kind of emotional issues that you've been suppressing. And it may go back to your childhood, where something happened to you where you felt it was your fault. First, you must forgive yourself that it wasn't your fault. You were dealing with a damaged individual who this was done to them, and they thought it was the norm. So forgive yourself and forgive them, and get in touch with that innocent child inside of you and release this burden. Then Pluto is the ruling planet of Aries, and Aries represents action. So take action now on this. Initiate it. Clear it up. That's why moving it out of the way. So the 7th house is Libra, balance the relationship out. Okay? Then we have Saturn in Capricorn. And Saturn represents delays, procrastination, setbacks, and boundaries. It also represents father figures. So whatever this issue was, It could be connected to a father figure or someone you thought was a father figure there, someone who was a mentor, or someone who was a father, and you felt that they were very hard on you. Now you know why they was hard on you, because they saw the potential. And if they had more other children, they saw their potential too. So they saw that you was going to make it. And they was acting to be hard on you, for you to do the right thing and be right. And now you can see, because if there was other siblings, you had made more out of your life than the rest of them. Okay? Saturn also represents father time. So someone is close to you will leave this planet, or a family member will exit and transition to the other side. Remember, this is just the physical body. The spirit, what is making me speak, or the soul, never dies. It's energy. Energy never dies. It just be reshaped and recreated. Now, if you have to come back, you have to correct that bad karma you put out. I really hope I don't have to come back to this planet. I hope I have paid all my karma back, and I have grown, and I have graduated. And that's what some of you have graduated. So you're making good karma, which is brown karma. So you're going to graduate and go to the other mansions in the universe where they need you. Okay? Now some of you have to come back to correct this karma. Envy, jealousy, hatefulness, all that stuff. And you're going to, the same people you come in contact now, it's the same people that you will come in contact before. But their relationship to you will have changed. Okay? Now, Pluto went direct on September 18th. So all those setbacks and boundaries that you let people run over, you're reestablishing that. The weight has been lifted. Again, it's going to take 2 weeks for it to build up steam. So you can see things lifting off you. That heaviness is not there. The delays, the procrastinations, the setbacks are clearing up. Then we have Uranus is retrograding in Taurus. This is another distant planet. No, I must correct this. Since all this Saturn and Pluto is in Capricorn, it deals with employment, success, prestige, and moving up the ladder. So all those things that have been setting you back in those areas are now being lifted. And it has something to do with your image, your public image, and your reputation. Some people have trying to tarnish your reputation and image. That has been wiped away, and people see what you have to offer humanity in a positive way. So we're being more positive and less negative. Again, that seventh house balance this out. Okay? And then it's in the house of your relationship, which is in Sagittarius. And Jupiter's in there too. So that's giving you new opportunity to expand your relationships, correct the ones you want to correct, and let loose the ones you don't need anymore. Okay, Uranus is in Taurus, and Taurus represents your fifth chakra. We're speaking our mind now. I don't want to do it, Curtis. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it, Helen. I'm not doing it. I'm pleasing me first and the divine source of the universe. I'm not going to be a people pleaser. I don't care what you think about me, what you say about it. I don't care. Because I love myself and I know what I project. It's your issue that you're trying to project on me. So we're getting all those people, places, and things out of our lives. Okay? Taurus also represents, we're going to become a cashless society. So you're going to be using less physical cash and more credit cards, more debit cards where you're not going to be carrying cash. I personally would like to have some cash on me because I'm not going to go to another bank and pay those extra fees to get money out. So I would like to carry some cash on me in case of emergency. Okay. Also, the robots are taking over. So here's this re-education. You're going to either design the robots, make them, program them, service, or make the parts for them. And another thing I would suggest, when you go in the store and they have the self-checkout, don't go in those lines. Go into the regular line. Give. Because if you go in the regular lines, they want to close the self checkout lines out. Because every time you go in one, that's putting another person out of a job. So let's not be part of that and let these robots take over. A better relationship with your money. You're looking at money, how to get out of debt, how to get out of this economic slavery, how to save money, how to bring your credit score up, how to buy things what you need and not what you don't need. Some of you have been trying to keep up with Johnny and Mickey and Curtis and Alicia and all these people. Because a lot of them are living off those credit cards. You don't want to do that, okay? Some of you will be moving, selling your house to a bigger house. Some of you will be moving to sell your house to downsize, okay? So this is going to occur between now and before the end of the year, okay? We want to get these houses sold, and the new house, the rates are low. They to drop the rates again before we go into this recession that's coming. Because when Saturn goes into Capricorn, there definitely will be a recession at the end of 2019 or the beginning of 2020. Okay? All right, then we have some of you are going to have a relationship, a long distance relationship, and you looked at that, and that's just going to be the norm. Now, it says Uranus went into Taurus March the 6th, 2019. It's a long transit will be in 2026. Some of you are going to have a relation with an older person, and that is going to be known. So you looking at that again. And some of you are going to be in a relation with younger people, and you're looking at that with this retrograde things here. Okay? Okay. Even though they're younger, but their spirit, their mind, their emotions are mature than some people who are older. So I see some of you dealing with a younger person. I see some of you dealing with an older person. I see some of you taking more concern about your diet, your health, getting away from those doctors, the illegal drug pushers, and getting drugs from the pharmaceutical people, and they're giving you something for an ailment, and then they have all these side effects. So I see some of you are going more back into natural, organic, naturopath, holistic medicine. I see some of you getting out of GMO food, getting away from that fast food, and taking your time preparing the food and cooking it right. I see some of you using herbs, growing herbs in your garden and using them and tasting the food better. I see some of you getting off of meat and getting into a semi-vegetarian with chicken and just fish. And I see some of you becoming more vegetarian with nothing but vegetables and nuts and grains. I see some of you watching your diet more. Okay, so I'm picking this up. I see some of you getting toxins out of your system through massages, drinking more water, not the spigot water, distilled spring or water that has electrolytes that will bring back in your body. I see you getting away from a lot of things that's weighing you down physically and emotionally. You are what you eat. I see some of you being connected with groups and organizations that's helping to clean up the planet, the water, and things in that area. Okay? Now the next planet is retrograde is Pisces. So I see, get your head out the damn cloud. Come out of that fantasy. Yeah, we can fantasize, but no, this is reality. Some of you need to face reality. I see some of your problems with your eyes, you need to get a check. Okay? It could be something simple. Problem with your feet, you need to get a check. Check here, okay? I see some of you are more intuitiveness with that Gemini and that Sagittarius and Neptune and Pisces. Some of you are listening to your inner voice. You're listening to your intuition and trusting your feeling and acting on it. And also with the Sagittarius sun, some of you will be dreaming more. Dreaming. So the divine source is speaking to you through your dream, showing you don't worry about things, show who's your enemy, and so how they will be conquered, and you're moving obstacles out of your path. Okay. Some of you are going to be more spiritual, not religion, because that's a man-made thing. Spirituality is going to be over. Okay? All right. Some of you, Neptune and Pisces, are going to be an organization to clean up the water, the air. We're going to treat our Mother Earth better than we've been treating her. We're going to clean up the ocean, all that plastic and all that stuff, and all this stuff that's destroying our planet. Because we have to live here. We want to leave this planet for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. Okay? Then we have Mercury and Libra. So we're communicating how we feel, how we want to balance these relationships, how we want to get a higher education. We're going to do the research. We're going to do the investigation. We're going to communicate with our mind, our words, and writing it down in all forms of communication. Okay, we have Venus in Libra. It's home base. So we're dealing with balancing relationships out in the 7th house in Sagittarius. Okay, and partnerships. If they don't work for us, bye-bye. Goodbye. I don't need you no more, Johnny. Go ahead, Mother Lakini. I don't want no more Bible. Take your son with you. Okay? I don't want to be bothered with your sister Eve. Get him away from me. So we're more concerned about money and love. So we want to find someone that's on our level, okay? Not because, oh, yeah, you do good to me. Oh, I love the way you make love to me. The bed is only 10% of relationship. The most part of the relationship is 90% outside the bed. So we got to get on that. So if I'm getting 90% outside and you give me 90%, and I'm getting that 10% in the bedroom and you give it to me, I'm fine with that. But I ain't going with this unbalanced mess. No, indeed. Okay? Then we have Mars in Virgo. Mars is the masculine part of you, and Venus is the feminine part of you. So again, there's that balance here. We're bringing a balance here. When you Mars is aggressive. So when you need to do something, do it. When you need to stand your ground, you need to straighten somebody out, do it, but in a diplomatic way. Take the anger out by speaking your truth. By taking the anger out of it. When you take the anger out of it and the presentation is better, then you will get what you want. When you come there, come on, ready to fight me. Well, come on, mother. Because they're going ready to fight too. All right? And so the aggressiveness is in areas of health, work, and service. So you're initiating things and being aggressive in those areas. And the stone I need you to carry, to have a small one, this is a Machelorite. Okay, it's green and black. I want you to carry this with you to take away any negative vibrations from these relationships, or if it's trying to come into you, to block it, and to see which relationship you need to balance and partnership and let go. And you will see these open enemies. Okay, Gemini, I love you. I'm wishing you a wonderful October, and I hope you enjoy the information that I've given you. I've given enough for everyone, so take what you need. Don't take everything because it's not going to work for you. Just take what you resonated with. And I'll see you in November. Ciao. Oh, I did almost 30 minutes.